Hello again. I have returned with another probably terrible video. We shall see how this pans out. Don't know what happened with this guy just then. Anyway, yeah, I'm taking a break from renovating the castle with micro blocks. Just thought I'd try something else. So here we are, work in progress, but I thought it was an idea to show it at this stage so you can see the rather experimental, for me at least, construction technique that I've been using. I must say, excuse me, the Conquest Reforged mod, as I keep mentioning, has some rather nice timbered sort of wattle and daub and sort of timber and brick blocks as standard. But just with this micro block thing, I just thought I'd try a different tactic, and go off on a little bit of a different tack, and actually make my own timber frame structure. I used some of the, what's it called now? I'm not entirely sure of the name of it. Pufa? No, it's not. But I used another Conquest block anyway for the infill, this sort of the wattle and daub plastered part, and just basically cut beams to size using chisels and bits. So here's a sort of semi-finished street facade of what will be an inn in the village. You see the castle up there and the tower, and you can there's the religious foundation. Get an idea of the context. So I've got a street entrance here, and you can see how I sort of jetted it out. I guess it could be construed as a close framed English style of framing, but I'm not too sure on the it's more like that than perhaps some of the more ornate examples. But anyway, here we go. We've got sort of an undercroft thing going off here. I've got some cellars and things. You know, the usual stuff. You've seen it all in the castle if you've seen any of the previous vids. There's going to be a yard out back here with another entrance. This will contain stables and such. You can see it's much less finished on this side, but it'll show some of the construction. So that's through back to the street. And then this side, this will be a kitchen, I'm hoping. There's a random hole. Okay. And we've got some service stairs leading upwards there. A little bit haphazard, but they were an afterthought. So, well, I don't know. It got character at least. And anyway, so this will be, like I say, a courtyard with sort of arcaded stable thing, sort of, blah blah blah. So main steps up, beginnings of a porch here. You see these beams, like I say, just been chopping them out using chisels and bits mod, and the door. So we'll pop inside. No, we'll just stay outside. Duh. Anyway, so going for an open hall sort of area here, sort of. Yeah, double height space, maybe even a spot higher than that. Fireplace and chimney breast. I'm working on a bar. I don't know. It's the first bar I've ever made, so I'm reasonably pleased with it. You've got that chisels and bits element of being able to make little overhangs on stuff like the bar top, as opposed to the body of the bar itself. And hey, yep, got stuck on that. Some barrels. I wish you, pardon me. I wish you could put these sideways. That shelf didn't work out too well. Sort of buried in the top of the barrels. But yeah, sort of bottle rack. I've had a go at making a bottle. I don't know if it's entirely successful. Shelf brackets, chisels and bits, stuff there. But yeah, I don't know. I might make some more bottles. I think if there's an array of them, then the sort of, I don't know, the clunky rendering might seem less apparent. So yep, fireplace. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm using Architecture Craft for the roofing sections still, which is awesome. But I sincerely wished it had a sort of multi-part capability with this particular build. Just It's okay where the walls meet here, but you run into a few troubles where the gables are meeting, because the architecture craft pieces are designed to work with full-size blocks, not sort of half thickness or less. I'm going to need to clear my throat again, aren't I? Excuse me. Anyway, so that's the hall and main bar area. Yeah, it looks quite good actually, in my own opinion. A little window above the door, very nice. There's a sort of slightly more snug area, I suppose. Didn't really think about actually fitting seating in here and tables and stuff, so it's going to be a bit of a squeeze, but we'll see how it goes when progresses. Nice. Yeah, so we've got a sort of double fireplace. I'm going to have to do something to stop people doing that and walking through the fire, but yeah, it's just going into nowhere at the moment. I'll build a stack on top of that. Yeah, sort of another kind of communal room planned for here. I'm just undecided as to whether to do another door from the porch area or not. I think I'm going to leave it, to be honest. People can circumnavigate. This is the top of the service stairs down, so you've seen the bottom end of that. Unfortunately, like I say, it was an afterthought this, so I shoehorned it in underneath the fireplace, and spacing doesn't allow for a proper room ceiling arrangement, so I've got this kind of odd half vault. But again, character, I suppose. Not necessarily very realistic architecturally, but it sort of spread the weight to the outer wall, which is quite well buttressed, plinthed. Got some stairs here. See, chisels and bits. I've got a single, well, I don't know, is it a quarter block size newel post? It's about as tiny as you can get a spiral stairs and still fit up it. So maybe it's a dogleg stairs, but hey, anyway, that's just finer points of architectural terminology that I can't be bothered to get right now because I've not slept. Well, I've had an hour's sleep. Anyway, I'm not going to go into it, but don't sleep, do build. So yeah, this is a gallery area. Not sure where this bit's going. It was intended that the stairs might continue upwards to attics, but attics have not made themselves apparent. That doesn't work, does it? No, I don't know. It just didn't seem like I wanted to go any higher, so it just ends off there in a slightly odd fashion. This is one of the better rooms, or is the beginning of one. We've got the old custom windows. Might do some sills, just a little thin section of sill to finish that off a bit nicer. You can see here I've cobbled it together a bit. That's not quite finished there, but on this side, that's as good as I can get, marrying the architecture craft stuff with these half block thick walls. So, but I don't think you notice it in the overall scheme of things. It's not that, it's just a bit of a corner. Spiders could live there. Ooh, nice. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not decided on whether to take a gallery out around the courtyard in this direction. This is going to continue outwards in that sort of direction. I think the room's going to have a little, for a bit more space, this room's going to sort of shoot off in this direction over the courtyard, supported on columns, I suppose you might say. Then stables at ground level, sort of storage and things like that. Well, utilities and stables, and then hopefully have a bit of a gallery round at 1 or 2 levels with some slightly less salubrious rooms for guests, or slightly lower rank. So I have a couple of big rooms. Just undecided again whether to make this room double height or stick another couple of slightly nicer chambers over it, but we'll see. Anyway, I don't know, have a zoom round I guess, but you've seen most of it. I see that chimney stack's quite substantial, so a bit too substantial I think, but I haven't really found a decent way of sorting it out. Yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, like I say, work in progress, just so you can see some of this beam work that's gone into it. And it's just allows a nice element, like you can have this little three-dimensional, have the plasterwork, wattle and daub work set back a little from the timbers, things like that. So we'll see how it progresses, I suppose. Hopefully I'll get it looking reasonable. But that's that. It was originally over here, by the way, and this is that same kitchen vault, but I just moved the whole thing over because it was getting a little bit tight for space. But this arrangement is inspiring me to do some ruins of some description at some point, but we'll continue and get the inn finished. I'm just going to check out the vista from the gate. Yeah, it's looking okay, I reckon. It's a good vanishing point in the religious foundation as you walk past the inn. Yeah, I think it'll work okay. Anyway, right, that's that. Thanks for watching. If you did, don't bother liking or subscribing, because I'm pants at making videos, as I'm sure you've surmised already. Okay, cheers everyone. No one? Anybody? I'll just go.